Hello everyone, Asher here. Today on the video, this time, we're taking a look at Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man 304. So Spectacular Spider-Man 304, more or less just Flashpoint with Spider-Man. But it does make a lot more sense than Flashpoint. So let's just start off with the cover. The cover is probably one of the best Spider-Man covers in the last, I don't know, 20 years or something. Maybe that's a little too much, but definitely one of the best in the last decade. It is amazing. Looks so cool. Looks so classic too. Still don't really like the font here. I wish it was just more regular one. It looks kind of weird. Still doesn't make sense that that is Peter Parker, half Spider-Man. That should be Amazing Spiderman. It was that. It's just clean Spider-Man here. But yeah, it's called No More because well, Peter actually stopped being Spider-Man because they apparently did go back in time, and not just to an alternate timeline and screw things up there. They actually did screw up things just in the main timeline, apparently. But it wasn't confusing, this part of it, just because there was something with time travel, and all makes sense. It's not like Flashpoint where like time boom, that just doesn't make sense. But yeah, we start off here, Peter and JJ and Teresa, who is officially his sister, which is awesome. They come here and yeah, they're back, but not how they think they're back. They expect it to just be where it's a giant robot, but no, they're in a different future. Yeah, so Harry Osborn's about to get re-elected as mayor. Yeah, and this freaking Octobot, apparently Dr. Octopus stopped being Dr. Octopus and became just a scientist for Oscorp. But yeah, we see all this. Then we see that Peter Parker is like a freaking businessman now, and he looks like a freaking doofus. Yeah, but we see Spider-Man jumping in the window in there. It's funny because he seems younger than this. I mean, they are the same age, but he seems somewhere. So there's so much more life in him, even though he's lost so much more than this Peter Parker. Yeah. And then we see Gwen Stacy, which is pretty obvious that she would be here. Haven't really addressed if she cheated on Peter. And then Peter comes and he's totally flustered by seeing her again. And then this timeline, Peter gets mad at Peter, real Peter. This looks like J. Scott Campbell. It's not, but yeah. By the way, the art is amazing. But Peter, of course, beats him really easy. He says, "Something tells me you aren't as practiced at fights as I am," which is a pretty fair assumption. And he is a real dickhead, this Spider-Man. Well, this Peter Parker. I guess he's gonna suit up again. I mean, of course, the timeline is gonna be restored, but yeah, I still think that's gonna happen in the end. It's kind of like in The Flash season 3, where he goes to the future and makes, if you've seen The Flash, and makes Joe and Barry, the new Barry, future Barry, re-elect and stuff. It's instead of just, you know, not talking to each other. Even though we know that's going to be fixed anyways, it's just, yeah. Never mind. Then we continue on. There's just some exposition stuff. And then we see Peter Parker looking at a very weird Uncle Ben. He just doesn't look like Uncle Ben. He looks like something from Batman Gotham of Gaslight. He's a real moody fella. And then they go into the Sanctum Sanctorum. That's real hard to pronounce. And we have this is super annoying. They have this freaking flip thing. But here's Captain America and Riri Williams. I like how the only one who doesn't write Riri as a horrible character is Chip Zdarsky. And then we have Norman Osborn here, who is just he's been reformed, but he's still a bad guy. And here's Dr. Octopus Legos thing. He's the police captain or something. We just see Commissioner Octavius. And here, I don't really like Peter's face and how he draws Peter, Adam, and Kubert, but this is annoying they do this again, though. And JD actually feels bad because he can see what a horrible world they would live in if Peter wasn't in it, well, if Spider-Man wasn't in it. And then we have Gwen, who's about to suit up, and she says that Peter is a freaking a dick, which he is, but we get why he's not doing, because Gwen died in the original timeline. I don't think he knows that, but he overheard Peter saying that everything would turn to crap, so he quit being Spider-Man. So yeah. Here's where is the all different logo, just reverse with the legs. Then we see Peter suiting up. He's about to break out Dr. Doom. He has this weird suit. And then we move in here, and this Venom comes out. Jesus Christ. Ben Grimm. Venom. Grim Ben. That's correct. The Thing as Venom. There's one complaint about this, that doesn't really suit up with the timeline, because if he stopped being Spider-Man all the way back then, he would never have gone to Secret Wars, and he'd never gotten the black suit. So I don't know if it's just supposed to be like somebody else accidentally got the black suit. So that could be it. But yeah. Continuing on. We have Captain America, so on. And they come in. I like how he kind of looks like Infinity War Captain. Infinity War Steven Rogers. Continuing on, and then we have Dr. Doom here. He looks a lot more evil, Dee. Dr. Doom, but he looks really messed up. But yeah. And then the next issue is 305. Look really cool. I've been putting every single Spectacular Spider-Man issue in Mylar since issue 6, just because they've all been that good. I did put 4 and 5 because they are awesome covers, but yeah. I'm not sure if I put... No, I don't think number 1 is in. Probably should be. But this issue was freaking awesome, just like every single issue has been since issue 6. If I would say where I would rank this, it's a very interesting premise. And it's probably my favorite, like, idea yet. But I think there's a little too much exposition. And this, I don't know why they did this flip thing. It's really annoying. But other than that, I don't really have any complaints. Like I said, I think Gwen looks way too young. Peter is a little too lighthearted in this situation, I would say, because I mean they have basically just fucked up the timeline. So I think he should probably react a little more like, you know, Peter Parker would. And then he's just totally lighthearted, which of course Spider-Man is, but that's mostly just to hide his fear. But yeah, I love this issue. So, complaint. Uncle Ben looks weird. Peter looks kind of weird, just standard face, and this is annoying. And Peter is a little out of character. I think Chip Zdarsky, the comic kid, if you're watching, you said it perfectly, that Chip Zdarsky writes an amazing Spider-Man. I get it, amazing, yeah. But Peter Parker isn't really his strong suit. That's also why we never have a Peter Parker story in here. It's a Spider-Man book, it's not a Peter Parker book. While Amazing Spider-Man is more so a Peter Parker book than an Amazing Spider-Man book. Again, this should be the logo of Amazing Spider-Man, and the Amazing Spider-Man logo should just be, yeah, you get it. So that was my review of Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man 304. I'm gonna give this issue a, I don't know, let's go 9 out of 10. Yeah, let's go 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. So, I'll see you next time. Peace.